And welcome to our show, Geeks Wired Podcast, where we talk about video games, movies, TV, comic books, technology, and TLDR, the inner things. One of the hosts is Anthony.
And there's a Bill.
The other host is a Bill, yes. And
Yes.
just a Bill.
Just a Bill.
And you can contact us by emailing us at geekswired@gmail.com or send us a voicemail or text message at 801-896-4335. That's also 801-896-GEEK. You also can help support us at our Patreon page at patreon.com/geekswired, where you also have an option to get the podcast early. And we will get things started into Etsy is buying Depop. And you had no clue what Depop was.
Yeah, what's Depop?
And then I rambled on.
Is it like Dutch pop, like K-pop is Korean pop?
No. Oops. I'm pushing the wrong buttons. Well, I ended up also going in all the other ones, which is Macari and Let Go and Macari and Poshmark, and you still knew who none of these people were. So what these are is people have clothes or items or whatever they want to get rid of, and they sell it on these markets, kind of like eBay. But they've also become really popular with people buying clothes from the local Salvation Army or Goodwill or whatever, vintage clothing type of idea, or old used clothing, especially where a lot of it's coming back style. So they buy it for cheap, and then they turn around and they clean it up, make it nice, whatever else.
They flip it then.
And they flip it, yes.
It's like house flipping, but for
everything else.
Yeah, basically.
For things
like material items. You could ship a house.
I don't want to buy a house that could get shipped.
I don't know. Some of them are okay, but no, you're right.
So what I find interesting with this is Etsy is buying Depop. And I'm kind of like, oh, so it's like Facebook buying up companies. And I was like, well, it's kind of weird where it's Etsy doing it instead of like eBay or something like that. But it makes sense because it's like Facebook doing it. Facebook didn't have anything like Instagram. So they bought Instagram.
I mean, they did. Instagram is just a social media network.
Oh, no. Well, Depop is just a
I know. But
no, the look of Facebook is not Instagram. They are two different styles.
Okay, I would agree with that, but I feel like okay.
These are two different styles of product selling from end users, from a large market of end users.
Okay.
Etsy, it's usually people make crafty things or whatever else, and then they sell these items online. So you have a group of sellers, and then you have people who will go to them. Depop it's another third-party thing where they're not making products, but it's an eBay version of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't into, Etsy is not eBay by any shape or mean. This means they can buy into the eBay style market.
Yeah. eBay style.
Yes.
But you were saying that there's other, like, with this kind of stuff, there's no bidding?
Okay, so yes, there's no bidding. As I said, eBay style. It is like going to eBay and just doing the buy now option. Just never bidding on anything. Just do I will buy now. And if you don't want to pay that price, you have to contact the seller. And that is what Depop is. If I'm like, well, what if I buy 10 of your items? Can I get shipping all included on one? And can I pay half the price on all these items? Or something like that. Or can I pay? But to negotiate, you have to message the seller. You can't just like, oh, I'm only going to pay this much. Is that, send the cash and like, are they going to take it or are they going to leave it on the table and I get it back? No, you have to contact the seller. There has to be a negotiation if you want to be less. And there is negotiation that happens. It's just part of or if you just like, I don't care, just send me my product and I like what you have and then I'll rate you, you rate me, just like with eBay. Sellers get rated. Oh, good products, exactly what it was. Buyers get rated, fast payment. But there's also the problem of if I leave a bad review, they might leave a bad review. Yeah. And then there's various levels of these. Some of them are very high end, like they only sell the high expensive, like no item on this beyond these on some of these are less than $3,000. It's the
Ugh.
yeah, it's the expensive, the super elite, super expensive stuff. But the original price of that $3,000 shirt was actually $200,000. So it's a deal.
I don't like it.
I know. That different versions for different people.
Yeah.
It's like what's the one where you can stay at the Airbnb?
Mm-hmm.
There is a super high-end Airbnb app out there, website, and Airbnb is even trying to kind of break into it, where you will spend $1 million a night to stay at some insert this place. And
$1 million?
$1 million. There's an Airbnb like one out there, and Airbnb is even trying to get into it, where that nothing on this website can rent for less than, I think it's $250,000 a night.
Because Las Vegas, right? They have the gambling and the casinos and the nice fancy hotels. And the Encore, and I don't remember what the other one is. They're right next to each other. They're the same. They're like sister buildings. Encore and... Anyways, they have like at the top floor is just like a huge suite, and you can rent that, or not rent it, but you can stay there for a couple of nights or whatever. And I just remember the price being like outrageous, but compared to this, that would be pocket change.
Yeah.
Like I think it was like something like tens of thousands of dollars a night, which is a lot.
Well, okay, but you're talking about a room, I guess.
No, it's not a room. It's like a suite. It's like it's a huge suite. Like I think it's almost like either half the floor or the entire floor, if I remember right.
I should re-emphasize or explain this. It's a room. These are islands. You're renting an island or things like that. These are not... You're not going to get a room in Las Vegas. You're going to get an island off of Puerto Rico.
I figured it was something like absurd.
Yes, it is. You're going to get a castle or something.
Depending on what you're doing, might be a bargain.
Yeah. If you get enough people together and all that.
So $1 million.
But
if you have 1,000 people, that's $1,000 per person. That's still a lot, but it's still a lot.
And there's still the same problem that you run into with a lot of, compared to like hotels. Hotels have regulations. They have to be so clean. They have to be ABC. They have all these regulations. Airbnb, random people that, there's insurance, there's whatever else, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
And also makes some really bad stuff. There are people like selling or kicking out all renters from their apartment complex so they can Airbnb them out.
Yeah, I've heard lots of weird stuff. Some of it related to, like, it's mostly always the owners, the landlords, whatever, of the places. Based on everything I've heard, I don't think I'm ever going to use Airbnb.
I've heard good and bad and in between.
There's just enough bad where I don't really want to even deal with the company.
With hotels, I've had good, bad, and in between. So,
yeah, but with a hotel, you at least get like choice.
True.
Like different hotels.
I guess you can complain then. Like I said, regulations.
There are other competitors for Airbnb, but I've never Okay, I've heard of some of these.
Well, and some of these I like this website is Rentals United. I'll throw in the show notes. Why not? They're including stuff in here like Booking.com and Google. I guess they started vacation rentals.
Well, I think they're just including in their results more, like
Yeah.
making it be more of a tie-in integration instead of it just pointing to a random website, like make it easier to search for them. Glamping.
The glamping hub. I can't find the expensive one. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Luxury vacation rental website. Plum Guide. This may have been the one I was hearing about. Oh, let's see.
Yeah, pick one in Utah.
Why not? What did I say? 5 nights?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too bad. They actually have cheap stuff. $225 a night. Well, cheap for...
I mean, it's a whole house,
Yeah.
so... And a lot of these, like... A lot of them, you can actually sleep a lot of people in there.
Mhm.
So, depending on what you're doing, again, could be a big bargain. Or not.
Yeah. It's
Maybe
like staying
not
at
big,
cabins.
but
or-
yeah, it's basically, you're renting out a cabin. In most cases. Some cases, I'm sure you're just... Well, I think on this one, it's always houses. Oh, it's in Park City, that's why.
Yeah, it's in Park. Yeah.
I was wondering what that county was. I was like, that was weird that was one of the first things that popped up. Summit County, Utah. I know, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You have the sound still on.
Always have the sound still on. Must make that noise as.
Must make. What's the $1,200 one? Over by New York. I think it's Delaware, actually, but we were so zoomed out it was hard to tell. Interesting.
The U.S. kind of interesting. It is New York.
Why so much?
Kind of an interesting little...
I mean, sure, it's interesting, but I don't know that it's 1,200.
It's got a lake view. It's got some...
You're almost $5,000 though for your stay that you put.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Didn't know about this.
I was going to see if I could sort.
Yeah.
We always got to deal with the dream, the most expensive place
dear.
in the world.
Oh
At
dear.
$37,735 a night in Turkey. Or $36,061 a night in France.
This is still nowhere near your $1 million like you were saying.
Right. Yeah. Well, once I
But
say
there
my
is a
5
couple
nights.
of castles in here.
Yeah.
Like
Yorkshire, North Yorkshire.
the Isabel's Expeditions. Which
Yeah.
I don't know that you'd get the whole castle, but I don't know, maybe you do.
Sleeps 24. I'm betting I'm getting the whole castle.
Oh, you're right.
That's actually some of the other stuff. Is some of these come with the staff as well.
Oh.
So that I don't know if this was it, but at least the other one
I could see it with this just because it's so huge.
because they need to maintain it and
Well, not only maintain it, but like usually if you're paying this much money, you're probably not going to want to like cook and clean. Not saying because you're like stuck up or snobbish, it's just that it's just a lot of money.
And there also might be some of them might not come with staff as it just said COVID-19 because so there may not be so much dealing with less people.
You definitely have less people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there'd be a lot of people. Well, maybe a lot of people. Maybe you're just renting this all out to yourself.
Possibly.
That's. Actually, that was only 14,000.
Yeah.
Compared to some of these others, like that one just looks like a cabin along the green.
Was that still the same price? Did
Yeah.
the prices jump on me?
No. They've been the same.
Oh, I scrolled down. That's
Yeah, you
why.
scrolled
I
down.
was like, why am I in Aspen? I thought turkey was the most expensive. Let's see what comes with turkey.
It's a whole villa.
Private chefs, butlers, masseuse for the in-house spa. There you go.
For the low, low price of a
37
brand new car
per night.
per night.
Yeah.
But,
And you can bring your pets if you can get them.
oh boy, it's pet friendly.
Yeah, if you can get them to be allowed to be brought to another country.
Well, I mean,
There's a lot of regulations with that.
yeah, but they could be from Turkey.
Yeah.
Like maybe they're just vacationing inside of the country. Probably not, but this is so ridiculous.
I know.
Wait, scroll back up. Your check-in date is under 60 days away. If you cancel, your booking won't be eligible for a refund. Oh no. So don't accidentally book this.
Well, don't accidentally book and pay for it.
That's fair.
But I'm sure you won't be able to officially book it until you pay for it anyways. But it's pretty. Seems like a small hillside.
That's a villa, so yeah.
Yeah.
Villas aren't necessarily small, but
That was making me think about Airbnb.
see what you can find on there.
Yeah. Actually, I'm wondering if I can even do the same style of search because that just let me, like, straight up
I think it can.
just, well, except for it said nearby. What if I just want the world? It's still sticking nearby.
Except for it has you in a weird spot.
I know, it's actually even weird because I don't even have my VPN on.
Where is it?
Where does it think I am?
Yeah, is that down by...
That's Vegas. This is Phoenix and Vegas.
That's what I thought, because I saw...
Like, yeah.
No.
I know, we're great for the listeners. We're just going through this.
Yeah.
So there's tons of fun places. It gets expensive. Back on,
Etsy.
yes, still very interesting that they bought it. They're super Microsoft.
Did they actually buy it, or were they talking about buying it?
They are in the works to buy it.
Okay. So it's like when Microsoft was talking about buying Discord. Or maybe it was the other way
It
around.
has announced that they will buy it.
Oh, okay. 1.63 billion
Mm-hmm.
in a primarily cash deal. Their last big purchase was a $275 million purchase of Reverb, a marketplace for new and used music gear in 2019.
That seems weird. Because I feel like that just died. They almost like Yahoo'd that one or Googled it, bought it, and let it die.
I mean, that's a common strategy.
Yeah. But it doesn't, it feels like they bought into a market just to let it die. It's like, why did, that doesn't even, like if Etsy was to buy eBay and let it die, that kind of makes sense.
It may not be that they bought it, intended to do something with it, and then just never did. That's me giving them the benefit of the doubt, which I'm pretty sure isn't the case, but Apple and Google do that too. Like they
Yeah.
buy stuff and
they're trying to bring Depop, scale it, make it bigger, because it is very, like you haven't heard of it. It seems it could be a lot bigger, and Etsy themselves though have gotten quite a bit more.
does it say if they're going to roll it into Etsy or are they going to maintain the brands separately?
And they said they're just going to scale it, so
So they're going to maintain the brand is what it sounds like.
probably.
Which is good. The only good thing that you'd get by including it with Etsy is that you'd get the bigger name, but that would change what Etsy is.
It would also change what Depop is, and Depop is mostly Gen Z shoppers right now. So Etsy is kind of trying to expand their shopper base by doing this too, because Gen Zs aren't the main demographic for Etsy.
I've also never used Etsy. Just because... I don't know why. I think the one time I was going to use it, the shipping was absurdly expensive, and I didn't think it was worth it.
So that's something else that's interesting. Etsy actually does like scrape a lot off the top and do a lot of things with that. A lot of people say like Etsy is a good place to find people, and if you're a seller, it's a great place. It's a phone book. Let people find you. Let people find you exist.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe sell them an item from that, and then point them to your website. If you're going to actually make a business making something and selling it, make a website, pay somebody to make a website, sell from your website. Unfortunately, then you're under the Shopify or Square or whoever else is out there, but they take less off the top, which is kind of funny and sad at the same time. That's a thing.
Or your store could be an eBay store.
No, that's the thing. No, use eBay the exact same thing as Etsy. Send their people towards yours. Do not rely on another company to provide your money.
eBay takes less off the top is what I was getting at.
Okay, yeah, I think
they take significantly less off the top, actually.
Yeah.
Because they've been around for so long. And if they were to do that way back when they started, they wouldn't be around.
Well, they got big enough that they could.
They could now, but not when they started.
Yeah.
But I don't... Well, okay, I say they could now, but I don't think it would go over very well.
Yeah.
There'd be a big backlash, and they might come out from it. But...
I think they're big enough they'd come out from it.
They probably would. But at the same time, I don't know. There's other places to sell stuff like this, so...
Like Depop.
Yeah, or if you want to go local, there's also... Around here, there's KSL, but for other people, it's basically Craigslist. It's just, in my opinion, set up way better.
Actually, KSL's gotten big. Like...
Is it?
They're kind of a big competitor. For them being a Salt Lake-based company, Salt Lake-based eBay or whatever else, they are kind of a big one that you can buy stuff from all around the world through KSL. Like, it's not just Utah-based companies and people.
Well, I know my brother sold stuff on there, but it's always just been like, you post your ad and then they come pick it up and pay you.
Not everything is that.
Oh, I didn't know they did other stuff.
Or KSL classifieds. You can find, it's Utah-based, and yes, a lot of the stuff is Utah, but it's not all Utah.
You can buy puppies?
Well, sure you could through lots of these places.
Don't buy puppies.
Go to the shelter.
Yeah.
They got plenty. Especially where these people are selling them for like $2,000.
It's not just that. It's that they're purebred, and purebred... Some breeds are okay, but they're just... Because they're purebred, they're genetically... Like, they have a smaller gene pool, so they're much more likely to have genetic issues. Also, don't only get a pug if you're adopting it, and then maybe consider getting that surgery that lets them breathe better. So, I'll get off my soapbox.
Yes.
I like pugs, but...
Yeah, okay, maybe it is a little more Western.
I think it's still pretty, like, centralized around here. I just think they've expanded around the states near them, because it is primarily, like, again, a local thing.
So, I guess it says Utah, Idaho, Wyoming.
Because it's like with eBay, you can have stuff sell on there and go pick it up. They have that as an option, but most people don't do that. Or if they have that, they also have the option of shipping it because they'll get way more hits that way.
It's also ways to buy campers and cars and...
On KSL?
On eBay.
Oh. I knew about cars. Well, I knew... Okay, I say I knew. I forgot until you just mentioned, though.
Yeah.
You can buy snack machines.
Yeah.
And
Why
a
not?
soda machine. Is that spark plugs?
So
Oh, they're headlight bulbs. Okay. I mean, I
see,
don't
yeah.
know why I laugh. It's people are just trying to sell extra stuff they have.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it's better off that way because otherwise it's just gonna either go in the dump or get like not used and then forgotten.
Yeah.
So
There's so many competitors nowadays. But yeah, it's interesting though. I'll go with this. So Etsy though, again, is that market of you're going to make a product and you're going to sell it. Depop, KSL, classified, eBay is less. I'm making something to sell. Yes, I could do that, but it's more common for I have stuff to sell that just already existed. I'm not the creator of said stuff.
I think it depends on the thing.
Not
if
always.
If it's like electronic based stuff, I've seen a lot of people sell stuff like that on eBay. But for like crafty stuff, I would agree. It's probably now just in Etsy. Well, not just, but primarily in Etsy and websites like it.
Creators. Because I was thinking about it's not just crafty, but it's creators.
Like with artistic, you mean? Or... Because the word creator is very vague.
Exactly. I
Okay.
create something. I can sell said something.
See if you can look for, just type the word electronic into Etsy search, see what you bring up. Hmm.
3D printers.
No, I think they'll print something and then send it to you because it was only $10.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There's no way to tell that.
I mean,
And then
I'm not going to say there's
layouts.
no way, but
Okay, there is something that pre-existed. Electronic Gaming Monthly Magazine.
for what?
It's a magazine
Yes.
from like the 90s. That's what I said. This thing
Oh.
pre-existed. They did not make this magazine.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot what we were talking about. I got it now.
So there's definitely a lot. I guess there's a few like handheld gaming machine I've never heard of. Brands.
I was going to say you've never heard of the handheld gaming machines, but the
No,
brand for sure.
The Cytec Pro. It's the Bridge. Oh, that's why. So Cytec is just the company. So it's a Bridge handheld electronic gaming machine. A sewing machine.
A computer one, too.
Fancy.
Yes, indeed. RC remote controllers. So it looks like it's mostly just stuff that people have put on, but I think I saw a couple of things that people have made, but
Well, that's what these templates. So there's another thing's really popular.
is that just making an itinerary for a wedding?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a template.
Or timeline template.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's the other thing. Like, even if you have a Cricut or anything like that, you can buy Cricut designs, or it's Cricut stuff that people have designed to put on. So you don't just buy like the stickers, but people will.
You buy the design so you can print them.
Yes. Yeah, $14 for 6,000 plus SVG designs.
Such a weird spelling for Cricut.
I know.
Like, I thought you spelled it wrong at first.
I started to, and then I realized I spelled it wrong, so I spelled it the wrong way.
The right one wrong.
Well, yeah.
So does this Cricut thing do stickers, vinyl, both?
Yes.
Okay. Will it also laser etch?
It's not laser, but yes. It's a knife. It also cuts out card designs. So you can make cards that you can...
Like with cardstock and stuff?
Mhm. You can... The bigger ones... what was it? I think it'll print on fabric. So you also can draw.
There's some interesting results you're getting.
I know. I'm like, huh. Wonder where that came from.
Like I've seen it on your screen like 2 or 3 times now.
I know. I like throwing. It's like, wow, that's weird. All right.
But yeah.
So those are yes.
Those are things.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you want to talk about Prime Day?
Yes.
I haven't cared about. I don't think I've cared about Prime Day since like either the first or second time that I knew about it. So like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But go ahead with what you're saying.
Yeah. So, and I kind of agree. Prime Day is interesting to me nowadays, especially where, yes, I use Amazon, but I have started to look around more and shop around and have apps that tell me about other deals with similar things on other websites. And that's also what the other thing that Prime Day has also become is it's the 21st and 22nd of this month, and Amazon is going to be having their deals. They actually already have deals already kicking off with all their Amazon products.
So they do Fire TVs now? It's not just a stick? I didn't know that.
Yes.
And by a stick, I mean a cube. Because it's, well, you can get both now, but...
I think I got the stick because that back when they were complaining, I wanted the remote. That was the other reason.
You just wanted the remote?
I really wanted a remote. And
like instead of a Chromecast?
Instead of having to use my phone. Like
for the Chromecast?
Yeah. Kind of like the Roku style, but...
Yeah. The new Chromecasts are like that, but that's actually, like, I think... Like, I got an Apple TV because I wanted... like a tethered thing for HomeKit, so I didn't have to use my... Well, I actually didn't have an iPad at the time, but... So I wouldn't have to use an iPad. But the other clear benefit is it has a remote. So I 100% agree with that. Like, I don't like using... Like, I'll use my phone for certain things to cast with, but that's usually... Yeah, I just prefer not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's nice if you can... Because, like, searching on the phone's easier, but then once you actually get it up there... It'd be nice to be able to pause it, and certain TVs, like with my Chromecast, I can press the pause button on my Samsung remote, and it will propagate, but not all TVs are like that, especially the cheaper ones. Maybe they are now, but they didn't used to support that.
It's the devices that you have. So, because it almost seems like it's more the device. Like, it's the TV doesn't, a cheap TV doesn't have a play or pause button, but if you have a device that allows... the connection of a remote that has a play pause button, then
maybe.
Yeah.
It's just a communication protocol though that either one or the other doesn't implement. But.
And also that the only reason I want the remote is because I don't mind the assistant, but when I say, hey, insert random assistant name, play such and such, I don't want to think about... I want it to go, I have handed you all of my subscription information. You know who I'm subscribed to. If I say play Gilmore Girls, I want you to search through my stuff and play where I left off. That too. On the what I use. Or just, and not, unless I say, you know, Moderno or La Family Moderno, unless I say that, I want my Modern Family in English. Though La Family Moderno is definitely an entertaining version of...
So it played the Spanish version for you one time?
One time.
Okay, maybe not one time.
Like a dozen times. And it's very interesting, too, because I would say Modern Family, and it would most of the time choose English, but it bounces occasionally.
See, that inconsistency, like non-deterministic, it was what would make me... Actually, it is what makes me not use the assistance for that.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
That, and usually when I come up with a command that I want to say, like I'll have it all spelled out in my head, and then when I'm saying it, it's like, what? Brain's like, hold on, got a buffer.
Yeah.
And then the assistant's already timed out. It's like, what? What did you want? I didn't catch that. Could you say it again?
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't even bother. Assistants now just control home. That's it. And set timers.
Yeah.
And alarms.
Reminders. Definitely lots of reminders.
No reminders for me.
Reminders.
No, I guess with mine I could do it now. because it would create the reminder in the right spot. Because mine's all Apple now.
There you go. I usually just like, I need to do something. I can't do it now. Remind me to do this thing later. Put this thing on the shopping list. Do these things. I'll admit that Amazon's shopping list is better for at least checking the list. When I say add, it's like, you already have this on here. Do you want to add again? Well, thank you for letting me know. No, I'm good. Well, now that I got Keep working with Google again, because Keep can offline stuff, it just adds it. Like, I have literally added eggs to my shopping lists 5 times. We'll open up the Keep list. I'm like, check that one off, check that one off, check that one off, check that off. Okay, we have 1 egg on the shopping list. Now I'll remember.
Jeez. So that's interesting.
Yes. It doesn't check it. I'm okay with that, really. But, okay, so back on the Amazon.
Yeah.
Yes, Amazon. So there's going to be lots on the 21st and 22nd. Walmart's going to do something online. Target's going to do something online. They're all going to do something online. There's probably going to be tons of free shipping, which everyone should have free shipping anyways. That's the other thing also with a lot of these websites. If you're going to sell something, free shipping. Mark it up. People will spend an extra $5 on the item over spending $5 on shipping.
For the standard shipping.
For
No,
Amazon's
I know.
turned into 2-day shipping. You want 2-day shipping? It's free. Jack that price up. People will buy the item at a jacked up price with free shipping over spending the money on the cost of shipping, or knowing that they're paying for shipping.
I don't know. Some people are like that. I'm not. Depending on how much the shipping is, I won't get it. Even though it's like stupid, but I don't know. That's maybe less of a thing now. I haven't had to deal with it for a while.
I have set stuff in the cart and walked away from it because it was a couple dollars in shipping. I'm like, do I really want to? And that has been tested. That is a common thing.
Oh, wait. No, I thought...
You were thinking I meant the other way.
Yeah. I knew you didn't, but my brain interpreted it that way, and so that's why I said the thing I said earlier.
Yeah.
You're right. If it's like a $20 item and the shipping is $6, depending on what it is, if it's something I'm buying off eBay and it's just an individual person shipping it, fine. That makes sense. But if it's like... If I'm buying it off of like Target or something, and it's still that much money to ship, I don't know if it is, but I'm just throwing a random company out there, and probably not going to buy it.
If it's a big company, if it's corporate, they must have free shipping. I still go with, if you're going to sell something, jack up the price.
And I think most places, like even on eBay, they do that to a point. It just depends on what it is.
Well, especially where you can sort eBay by total price with shipping. That's one of the best things eBay has.
I haven't done that because most of the time what I'm looking for is super specific.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just have it go by relevance, and then I find the thing that is in the best shape, that is the cheapest, and the seller has a good review,
Mm-hmm.
and then just get that. Usually buy it now. I think I've only ever bid on one thing.
I've bid on very few things, I'll have to admit as well. Unless I'm like, oh, this kind of
don't like watching it.
Interesting.
Though what is nice about eBay is that if you put in, like, say the item's like $20 and you put in a max bid of $60, it won't put the bid all the way up to $60. It just means that because it'll like increment it by like a couple of cents. It's not a couple of cents, but it's like 10 to 30 cents.
Yeah,
it depends on the price,
yeah.
though. Yeah, you're right. It's a percentage. So if someone bids it, they'll bid for you up until you get to a certain point, and then I think if you reach that point, eBay might send you a notification or an email,
Mm-hmm.
or both. I think it's both even, at telling you that, hey, we've reached your max. Do you want to put more in or something? So that's a nice feature on that one. So,
Yeah.
bidding's interesting.
I know there's websites out there that actually will search through eBay, because you can find like a 60-inch television that's on eBay that's going to close in like 10 minutes for $1 because it was marked in the wrong spot. They did whatever misspelling was on it. It's terrible. They have no minimum, accepted price. It's not it's not a bad item. It's just happenstance happened.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of that actually out there.
I think they do have the right to...
There's a lot of... If you
Heck,
do it right, there's a minimum bid or minimum accepted price.
Amazon has that too, because I don't know if you remember this, but at work, when you were still there, like 5 years ago, they had this, like, another one of our coworkers found a standing desk on Amazon for like $25 or something like that. And like I bought it, he bought it, and like they noticed the pricing mistake and like stopped it within like a couple of hours.
Yes.
And we weren't sure if we were going to get it or not. We didn't.
I've been part of that a few times.
They just refunded us, but it was like hundreds of dollars cheaper than it should have been.
Oh, I used to follow that a lot with the discounts people would post on, like the coupon discounts and all that. And sometimes they will ship it because they'll honor it. Sometimes they will absolutely destroy them.
Yeah. I think it also depends on how many people get in.
Mm.
And they might honor like the first X amount or whatever. But because, yeah, it is up to their discretion as long as they refund you back. If they charged you, then no harm, no foul for the most part, except for the people who, well, it does take a while for them to get the money back to you sometimes, so that can be kind of problematic.
The other fun stuff that's coming up is for free months of...
What is Wondery? Oh,
It's their premium podcast.
Interesting.
I think they actually bought Wondery. I don't think they made it. I know they started having podcasts. There's also 3 months of Amazon Kids for 99 cents.
What's that?
The kid-friendly books, videos, and more.
For free?
For 99 cents for 3 months.
I know, but I mean, like, do you get that stuff for free, or do you have to buy the stuff?
That is the Amazon Kids bundle subscription.
Oh, okay. So they just have access to the stuff?
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad.
You have to pay for the kids.
How much is it after that?
More than I want to pay.
I mean, you don't have a kid, so...
Yeah. Well, I am a kid.
Do you want this then?
No.
Will this fit for you?
It's normally $30 a month.
Interesting. I guess depending on what it is, it might be...
Oh, I guess it starts at $3 a month.
Okay.
Depends on how much you get.
Why does it say...
Oh, it's because whether you get a family plan or a single child plan.
And
it varies in pricing.
Yeah, if you don't have Prime, then it's more money.
Of course. They gotta make all the money off the people that aren't paying the $130, $160 a year, whatever it is now.
Yeah. And it just auto renews. What did it start at? 50? To be fair, that was like almost... Well, actually, that was 10 years ago.
I think I started it free. I think I got like a year or 2 or 3 because they used to give it to students for free.
Was it free or was it half off? I thought it was half off.
I remember it being free.
Well,
it's been a long time though.
It was the same for me. So I either got it for free or I got it for half off. Which if it was, I'm pretty sure it was $25.
I know they started creeping that price up fairly. And this is also, I think that was also free before they before they had the music and the movies and all that with it.
Yeah, it was just shipping.
And I just remember when the movies and music started coming around, they're like, this isn't included. You only get the shipping. And then it's like, okay, this is included, but now you're paying.
Yeah, I kind of would have liked the option to choose what I wanted. But at the same time, that would be complicated, and that's probably not what they were going for. They probably just wanted to be as simple as possible, which is fair. I can kind of get behind it, but like I said, at the same time, I'd prefer to be able to only choose for the shipping.
I think a lot of people would, but that's the other reason why, like Apple, and really anything, you provide a product, you don't change any of the other stuff, and you say, this is the only option.
No, Apple, you can get different, actually with the iPhone, you can get 4 different models.
Yes, but
4 different models for the same series.
How many iPhones still have fingerprint scanners?
They have one.
Okay,
the SE.
So if you want it, you have to buy that one. If that is your break point, your break item.
Yes, I wasn't going for that route though. I
am totally going on that route.
I was going for like size and
that's whatever. I'm talking the thing,
features.
Fingerprint. Yeah, the features that you get a fingerprint scanner. You don't get a fingerprint scanner. It has to be face only. It has to.
Well, with this one, you can like if you just get the normal iPhone, you don't get the LiDAR sensor. You get the Pro, you get the LiDAR sensor. You get the Pro Max. I think you get like an additional like better camera.
Yeah.
Like the telephoto, I think is better. But you're right. It is still less choice because it's not like Android where you have 1,000,001 brands making Android and phones.
I have my variety and my variety of OSs from those companies as well.
Which most of them are lackluster at best.
That's why I use Nova Launcher.
Well, that's the launcher.
Well, it changes.
There could still be
stuff.
bloatware and stuff on it.
True. Then there is.
Did you get a new one?
No.
How come I can't see the crack?
Right there. See that little white spot?
Oh, okay.
It's because it's a dark background.
Yeah, you got the dark. Well, I was thinking I would be able to see it over the yellow, but I can't really see it over the yellow either.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. It's going to move it around.
I'm surprised you don't have that like Batman one with the shattered glass.
Or the Black Mirror one.
Same thing, yeah.
I think I had the Black Mirror one for a while.
I'm pretty sure you did.
It made me less mad at my phone. Because for like a month or two after...
What's your Discord icon? Is that the Black Mirror one?
That is the Black Mirror one,
Oh,
yes.
okay. I always thought it was Batman.
No, it's Black Mirror. Can I make me bigger?
No. I might be able to, though.
There. Made it bigger.
Oh, okay.
It's a smiley face.
I don't know why I always thought it was Batman.
Because I like Batman and a lot of my stuff is Batman.
That's fair, I guess.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good way to hide that your phone's not cracked, or that your phone's cracked until you load up a bright white page. But for the most part, it helps.
Yeah, it made me less mad at it for a while and made me accept it. I'm okay with my cracked phone.
That's fair. I understand.
I have been looking at the OnePlus 9.
The non-curved one?
Yes. Oh, they actually, like, they're having a big old sale actually coming up, or just started. And that is, when you're scrolling through the phones, that is something they put right. They go like, this is the size of the phone, curved screen. Size of the phone, flat screen. They absolutely, I think they realize people are actually caring about that more than they thought they would. So,
well, they were probably copying, like, because Samsung still does it, I think. Like, I don't even think you get a choice. I think all their stuff is just curved.
Oh, but no, I think OnePlus actually, like, people were going like, I am only going to buy a flat screen, or
Yeah.
Like, if Samsung if that all they have is curved, Samsung is absolutely never getting my business.
Oh yeah, but what I was getting at though is that they probably did that because that was what the market was like.
Yeah.
But I mean, even iPhone isn't like that. Like the 11, like they never had huge curved screens to begin with. They were just like curved.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't like the screen was curved. It was just that the sides of it were curved, which was normal. And I think that's normal in a lot of phones even, and it's really not that big of a deal.
It's not a big curve. It's just like a...
It's not like that.
Yeah.
It's not like what you have where they put the screen inside the curve.
Which Samsung had a feature that, oh yeah, you get the little swipe and notification on the edge. OnePlus has no reason to have it.
Well, there's that, and Samsung's thing on the side was useless anyways, but...
Well, that's their fault for that then.
Well, I mean, it's not just, like, because I think the idea is that you could, like, you have your phone sitting face down and you can see, like, a little, like Chrome or whatever whenever there's a notification or something. But most cases are going to cover that up anyways.
True.
If they're good cases, because they have to protect the bezel that's not there.
Yeah.
So.
And they still do a mediocre job at that.
Yeah. So next phone, no curved screen for you?
No. That's something I learned. That is actually a top priority on my list of things with phones.
Well, at least you know now.
Yep. I learned.
You didn't know it was a problem before.
I was like, whatever.
Because on most phones, it's not that big of a deal. Because, yeah, like,
they're flat.
They're flat, and I think most phones... Well, it's not because they're... You're right, they're flat. If they have a curved side, it's just to curve the bezel. So it's not as near of a curve, and you can have cases that cover it better. But because of that, if you cover it up too much, you can't access the side of the screen. So, in fact, my old iPhone was like that too. I couldn't access certain gestures because of it, or if I did, I had to like dig my thumb into the side and do it, which made me not use the gesture. But, oh, you gonna talk about that?
So, yeah, why not? Along with Amazon, and other purchases. The last few minutes, Amazon is working. Well, to make their Prime Video even better, they're working on buying MGM Studios.
Like all of MGM, or?
Yeah. At $8.45 billion. But there is talk with DC. There's a suit, apparently, that it's monopolistic.
Amazon?
Yes.
Hmm.
So
I could see that. Like, Netflix was getting close to having that be an issue, too, with them. I think the only thing saving them is, like, there's HBO and, like, for certain TV genres, there's whole networks for it. But, so, MGM, is that... Because there's also... Oh, is MGM and MGM Grand not the same thing? Because when I was thinking MGM, I was thinking, like, the casinos that are in Las Vegas. Because those are mostly owned by MGM. Like 80 to 90% of the hotels on the Las Vegas Strip are owned by the same parent company.
I don't know.
Which is why I thought that was interesting to begin with, that they were buying.
No,
that.
MGM Grand is owned by Hyatt.
Hyatt owns that?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Oh,
I've been
they
to,
have
like,
some
Hyatt
high-end
hotels
some,
too.
Yeah. So there's
my answer. It's all the same. Got it.
Yeah, so MGM Studios.
So they might block it though?
Well, it's being looked into. But obviously Amazon wants it for...
A lot.
Yeah, but there's a lot with that. Apparently, so they want Bond, obviously, but apparently the current writers are like, we're just gonna like bury that in the ground. But that's the problem, is that if it goes through, it'd be like what happened with Fox and Disney. It's like, oh, this next Bond movie was coming out.
Nope.
Yeah, we're gonna just fire everybody. Hey, actor, do you want to stick around? No? Okay, fine. Your contract's over too. We'll just... This thing about Bond. Just start all over.
Which could be good, but probably not.
Meh. Honestly, that Bond has been through so many changes between actors and writers and studios. Not all of them are MGM. Not all Bond movies are MGM. There are a few others that are out there.
Yeah, I mean...
Few, not...
Is it because they gave them the rights to do it, or...
I think some hiccups started happening.
Interesting.
And also, up to the current round, they were... I think they were all PG-13, excluding the one, and I really... Except for the few... I remember I was like looking at, because my parents had all of those tapes, and I remember looking at them. That's the other reason, like, I know this, because I remember looking, I was like, wait, that one doesn't have the same brand logo on it. And
I don't think I've ever seen a Bond movie. So
I'm not going to be able to find this easily, am I?
probably not, unless you look at like the Wikipedia page. That's not that.
That's not the like.
It's not 007 stage.
What? I'm afraid that 007.com is not going to give me anything useful that I'm actually looking for.
Oh, probably not. This might just be the character.
What's that? Well, it's about the...
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
The name might sound familiar, so you might be able to...
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I want to say it's something like...
Goodness, they have a lot. I didn't know they had that many.
Actually, I thought that wasn't all of them. I don't think that's all of them.
Goodness.
I feel like that's a short list.
And there's like 20, 30 here. Like, this is almost Land Before Time levels of...
No, that is.
Movies.
Oh, yeah, no, Bond is totally... I wonder if Her Majesty's Secret Service was the one. No.
69.
I know Sean Connery left and came back, and like... It was like, what's it? Never Say Never? Yeah. Actually, I don't see that one on here. What This
I'm
isn't.
curious
This is not all of them.
Kind of curious what the 83 one is about.
George Lazenby? Oh, 83. Oh,
Yeah.
That's the Octopussy?
Yeah.
It has Pussy Galore in it. How do you not know a Pussy Galore?
I haven't seen any Bond movies. I told you that. Oh. Well, I don't think I have. I think the first one I would have seen... Well, let me look at... No, I don't think I've seen any of them. I think the only one I was planning to see
Oh, not George
was
Lazenby.
No Time to
That's
Die.
Timothy Dalton was the one I was thinking of. He's the 80s Bond that I mostly know. I don't think I realized Roger Moore made Bonds in the 80s. I thought they were older than that. And this is not all of them. I know Never Say Never.
Scroll down more. There's the non-Eon. Oh, there's only one.
Oh, yeah, that's because that's the original Casino Royale. It's a goofy. It's like 7 James Bonds at Casino Royale. 6 went to heaven, and 1 went way, way, way down to hell. They have guns, and they have knives.
Is that why it says it's a parody?
Oh, yeah, it's totally a parody.
Okay.
And Casino Royale is his first book, is Ian Fleming's first book, so that's why they named it that. But they are missing movies on this list. Absolutely. I don't care what the Wikipedia has on here. I know movies that are not on this list.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm not going to find it. I'm not going to throw it in the show notes. So listeners, just have to take my word on that one. Or
We're
me
trying to look it up.
Look it up yourself.
If you happen to be...
See, there it is. Never Say Never Again. Why are they playing that? I don't like it. I don't like the wiki. I'm out. Do you have any famous last words?
Mm.
My famous last words. Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Yay.